Hello, hello everybody. I am in an event today with the Creative Clubhouse, so I'm just waiting for Miss Bronya to finish up, and then we will get started. All right. Hey, Jenny. I'm gonna pull myself up over here. Oop, don't need to hear myself. Well, hello, Peggy. How are you today? Thank you, Jenny. You the best girl. I loved Lola. She was quite the showgirl. All right. How are you guys today? I'm going to give it just another minute. Let some more people hop on here. Still trying to finish my coffee. I think it's my third cup of coffee. Oh, I feel like I have to sneeze. My comments are still weird, so if you guys comment and it takes me a minute to see it, it's because I have to keep going out and back in. Yeah, I'm glad there's no rain today too. I've got things I need to get done outside, so I need this weather to get over itself. Hey Jess, how are you, friend? How are you? How are you? Oh goodness. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have no idea how long this is going to take me. Probably not too long. I have this silver tray that I got from the Goodwill. The tag on it says $4.99. I don't know if that's what I paid for it or not, but I'm going to go ahead and get that off while we're waiting on everybody else to pop in here. Hey Kelly, how are ya? Alright, everybody that's popping on here, I am Janice with J-Will Creations. I am in an event today with the Creative Clubhouse. We have had several presenters earlier this morning. We had Miss Jenny with Rose House Crafts. We had Donna with Cypress Designs. Kelly with Rowena May Inspired. And Bronya with, oh my gosh, Bronya, I'm so sorry, I just blanked on your page name. Anyhow, there are several more crafters left after me. If you are not already in the Creative Clubhouse, be sure to go follow that page for easy access. So that way when one crafter is done, you can just refresh and catch the next one. Hello, Armenta Originals. How are you? Glenda, thank you for coming in today. All right, this is really heavy. I don't know exactly. Obviously, it's silver, but I don't know what it's made out of. It's actually very heavy. I have plans for this. Hi, Nora. How are you? Queen Bee's Bits and Baubles. Thank you, Kelly. I'm so sorry, Bronya. Yes, Queen Bee Bits and Baubles. Everybody, you can come in on your page names, so that way if everybody who's watching or catches the replay is not already following you, they have easy access to do so. Alright, I'm just going to give this a quick little wipe here. So I have plans for this tray. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. We're not obviously going to be doing it all today, but I want to make it like a centerpiece. Thank you for sprinkling, Nora. So on a future live, I have these I also picked up from the Goodwill on the same trip. I plan to take all this out, redo them. I want to sit it on the tray. I'm not going to tell you all the secrets, but I'm going to be doing something with this, something with this, and depending on how quick this tray goes, we may work on this little thing today. So, over my next few lives, that is the plan. I'm going to turn this tray into a pretty little centerpiece. Let's see here. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and that you enjoyed today, and may it be a relaxing day of rest as it's intended to be. Going to have to get the yard mowed. It's getting tall. Yeah, my husband said that and he was doing really good on keeping up with it, and then it all this rain, it's probably gonna make it shoot back up. So, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that here on Facebook. Sprout back up. All right, I'm gonna take my Dixie Belle Bonding Gloss and do a primer coat on here first, just so that way my paint can stick to it without getting all scuffed up. What is that? All right. Hello, Misty. How are you? What is everybody up to today? I don't know why I'm being so careful around that edge, because I am going to go up all the way. I am going to try and avoid, this tray has this pretty little trim going around it. I'm going to try and avoid going on that. We'll see. My hand isn't the steadiest, so I think I want to leave that the way it is. I've never done a silver tray before. This is my first. I am not like a lot of creators. You know, a lot of people that I watch, they don't do something for the first time a lot of times live. They will maybe practice it beforehand. I don't do that. I guess I don't mind, like, if I goof something up, to be live and to goof up with you. I guess, I don't know, and if I don't recover well, then that's fine too. But I think that because my page, I'm not necessarily like intended to, you know, teach everybody all these fantastic things. I'm more just here enjoying your guys' company and making pretty things with you. And then if I goof something up and I do recover well, or if I don't, then you guys might be like, oh, I know not to do that. And I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are okay with that. It's freezing. Texas has issues. Oh. So I'm assuming, Misty, that means you're not getting any planting done. You guys, I still have not washed my brushes, which is why I'm still using this foam brush, but I am doing that today. I am washing brushes today. I'm sorry I'm missing comments. I'm trying to get a decently straight line here. Hey, sweet Krista. Hi, Branya. I really enjoyed all the projects you guys have done so far. Jenny, your Lola the Showgirl was absolutely adorable. You come up with such the most fun stuff. You're very creative. And Miss Donna, those plates did look like real china. They surely did. Kelly's clipboard. That's something I haven't done either, is a clipboard. And I have a ton of those around this house, I'm sure, because of the kids always have to have them for school. And they can never, you know, take their clipboard when the end of the school year comes and like put it up so that way they have it for next year. Did anybody else like, hey, Clifton's Crafty Casa, she is up after me, guys. Do you guys have kids that had that same thing? Like clipboards, scissors, and calculators. I can't tell you how many times I had to buy those things, and it's crazy. Those are definitely all reusable items. And the older they get, the more expensive those calculators get because, you know, they have to be the fancy algebra calculators. All right. Now this does not have to be perfect. Like I said, I'm just doing it as a primer. I don't know if anybody here, actually Misty, I know you did because you commented, but I did a couple of quick videos yesterday. My daughter and I went to the local antique store, and actually Peggy, you hopped on and said hello while we were there. And they had a booth set up with some Dixie Belle paints. I did really good. I only bought 2 things as far as the Dixie Belle paints. And then I stuck to my plan and really only bought what I needed and what I went to the antique store for. I had not been there in a long time, but it was really fun to go with my daughter, and we explored and still didn't see everything. The place is huge. So she asked if we can go back there every Friday. So I don't know about every Friday, but we can definitely go more often. All right. I think that is good. It is a lot of fun. You planted inside. We have a flipping frost warning out. Oh no. Yeah, what's today? I don't know. I think I'm got about another 10 days before I'm going to start getting anything in the ground. Supposedly, according to Google, that's when we'll be in the clear. So I'll just have to keep an eye on it. But the corner of my living room is so exciting, Misty. I've got all the seeds stacked up. My pumpkin seeds are not here yet, but all my sunflower seeds came in. And a handful of the other seeds that I ordered from the other places. But I also bought a cedar, and that came. I bought the hoops and the netting to go over my flower beds. Those came. So I'm starting to get a little impatient with seeing all that stuff in the corner of my living room. I just want to get it out there and start playing. All right. Definitely want to put the lid on this because I don't want that mess everywhere. All right. Let me take a quick sip here. Okay, let's see. Have I missed anybody? I try not to. Yeah, it's definitely, it looks fun. I'm hoping it's fun. Alright, so one of the things that I bought in the Dixie Belle when I was there yesterday was the chalk paint vintage duck egg. It is such a pretty color. So I decided I'm going to use that and this rice paper. I did pretty good with keeping somewhat of a straight line. I only got one little spot where I got that on the edge, but it'll be fine. So yes, the sun is finally shining here. It's still pretty cold outside, but at least the sun's shining. That makes a big difference. Yeah, Peggy, my comments, I have to go out and back in a ton in order to get them to populate. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my apps need uploaded or updated. Maybe yours does too. When we're all done here today, maybe check to see if it needs an update or if it's just an FB thing not playing nice. Alright, so I'm going to take my rice paper. This rice paper is so pretty. I purchased it from the company nestwithgrace.com, but it is a decoupage queen rice paper. And I thought it matched this vintage duck egg pretty well. I'm gonna lay it down here. Kind of give myself, if I can, a little crease. I might actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over and actually draw with the pencil because I do want it to cover the whole bottom as much as I can. And I think it's big enough. It should, yeah, it should cover everything. Let me grab a pencil. Alright. Oh, thank you. My daughter brought me a pink drink from Starbucks. Oh, and look. She says...
Look, it's from my friend Maggie.
Oh, so she said, it says, I thought it was going to say love you, Mom, and instead it says love you, Maggie. So
Well,
her friend wrote it for her, but okay. I'll take it. So this is a second-hand pink drink. It wasn't intended for me. Okay.
Well, if it makes you feel better, she didn't write on my drink.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you did order. You did order too.
I did.
You didn't re-gift me.
No.
Okay.
No. See? Nothing on mine.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, I feel the love. Because I told him I was getting you something.
I want a Starbucks.
Oh, you owe him a Starbucks.
Yeah, tonight.
Alright. Looks good to me. So I just got myself a line. And I'm going to use my water pen. To go around and wet that line so I can start tearing it. Hey Sandy, how are you? So what are you guys up to today? Anything other than watching all the presenters today in the Creative Clubhouse? Alright. I love working with rice paper. I actually purchased some blank rice paper off of Amazon so that way I can go online and print out different things myself because it's so forgiving. I do like working with napkins also, but they are not nearly as forgiving as rice paper. You know, with rice paper, if you mess something up, you can typically, if you do it quick enough, pick it up and reposition it and get it really where you want it. Alright. Got 2/3 of it. Alright. And I didn't think about it until just now, but I did use my Stabilo All pencil to do that line, and it is water reactive. I probably should not have done that because you can see it now on the other line, but I think it'll be okay. It will be fine. See where you can see the black around it. Okay, perfect. That fits in there perfect. All right, because I do like to paper craft and make tags and ATCs and all of that, I will not throw this scrap edges away. Those make perfect little bits to use on ATCs and junk journals and all of that. So, yes, I will hoard those. Alright, so I'm going to use this Craft Smart decoupage to put this down. This will be fine. Now with the rice paper, I don't necessarily have to worry too much about wrinkles. It is usually really forgiving and being able to push and spread, and for this I definitely don't want wrinkles. My husband is on the phone with one of our kiddos. Is that Nevaeh?
Yeah, she wants you to send her.
I know, I already talked to her and tell her that she can wait, just like I told her.
She said you can wait. She said,
Zero patience. Does anybody else have children or grandchildren with zero patience? All right. Just trying to make sure that's nice and evenly spread out and that I've got it everywhere. I don't want to miss a spot and have a bubble or something pop up. I think my comments have stopped. Okay. All right, so we're going to lay this down. Alright. Thank you for the stars. He's my top star sender. That is my husband. Alright, so got that in there, and it actually went down rather nicely. I think I'm going to take this little squeegee tool and just kind of go over it just to make sure it's all adhered down nicely. Very carefully so I don't rip anything. And I'm using not the plastic edge, but the edge that has the soft part on it. I feel like it might have missed a little spot of glue right there, but I think it's all right. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna use this vintage duck egg to go around and paint what's exposed. Alright, so I think for this I am going to dirty another brush because I do not want to get this, well, I can probably switch to that if I need to. I just don't want to get that lip going around the edge. This is such a pretty color. I imagine most of you have probably seen this before. And I am going to go right over the edge of that rice paper, which is why I said I don't really mind the black there. This will help it blend. This color matches this paper very nicely. I think this is my only Dixie Belle paint, and this actually goes on very good. And I think the Bonding Boss does really make a difference. I have used it before, and it does seem to make a big difference. All right. You guys are very quiet today. I take it nothing exciting is happening. Sometimes that's a good thing. I know we've had lots of storms lately. I hope everybody has, had very minimal damage, if none, with these storms. It's scary a couple of times in some of the posts that I've seen on Facebook with the tornadoes. Kind of pouncing a little bit over the edge of where the rice paper meets the tray, because it has those fibers from the rice paper. We'll probably do 2 coats with this, just to make sure it's nice and covered and gonna kind of be scratch resistant, I'm hoping. Oh, I got up on the edge a little bit there. It's not bad. It is a pretty color, Peggy. I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of a green color, I guess. I don't know how well you guys are seeing it. I guess you can see it pretty good on camera. I thought I was going to need to go online and find an image to print out on some rice paper to match this color. Since I bought it yesterday, I really wanted to use it today, but I went through my stash of papers and I had this and I thought, well, that matches perfect. And it does. It really matches very nicely. Before I forget, because I have a terrible memory, thank you to our admins in the Creative Clubhouse for having me today. We appreciate all the work you guys do, getting everything lined up and coordinating everything, sprinkling us out to all the groups. None of that goes unnoticed. And for anybody that is new here, if you are not already following my page, I would appreciate your support. Oh, I really got a big glob up there. I'm out of baby wipes. I did a Walmart delivery yesterday for groceries, and it was the worst delivery experience I've ever had. I shouldn't say delivery. The delivery itself was okay, but I don't know if the person that did delivery was the same one who did my shopping, because it's not always the same. Like, half of the items I ordered was substituted, and probably about half a dozen they said unavailable. So I had to have my phone in my hand the whole time to approve or deny the substitution. It was crazy. I had so many items substituted, so I don't know if they just didn't feel like looking or what. But it was like easy stuff too that they did it on, like spaghetti sauce. I have a very large family, so I have to buy, I think it's like the 64 ounce or 66 ounce of spaghetti sauce. And they said that was out, and they substituted with 3 small jars. Then of course when you do that, it costs more money. And they did that on so many things. And there was a couple of things that I denied the substitution on, and they still brought it anyway. Which, not the end of the world, it will get used. But it wasn't what I agreed to. And then I had put in an order for a head of lettuce, and they brought me a head of cabbage. I don't cook with cabbage, so I have this whole head of cabbage that I have to figure out something to do. Your eggs were broken. I've never had that issue, fortunately, because Lord knows right now eggs are not cheap. I mean, nothing is really, but I don't know. I certainly hope that the price of groceries goes down soon. We shall see. I'm sorry, this is probably not real exciting to watch, but I'm just trying to cover up that black line because I used the wrong pencil. So here's what we're looking at so far. I think I'll give it a quick little dry before I do any more touching up. Well, there was one time where a couple of items that I ordered didn't show up in my delivery. I don't know if the delivery person was doing multiple deliveries or if the bag just got, stuck somewhere in the car. But they were not with my order when it was delivered, and I called, and they did make it right. It was a pretty easy process, but I wasn't sure how they would handle that if, I actually got the items and it wasn't what I ordered. I'm not going to exchange anything like, the head of cabbage. I'll figure out something. It's not the end of the world. And I get it. People do, make mistakes. We're all human, so. Yeah, it's like things I know that they have. One of the things was I ordered a box of cereal, like the largest, I think it's a mega size or something of a box of cereal. And it said that they were out, so they were going to substitute it with 3 regular sizes of that brand of cereal. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. I know my kids well enough to know that all 3 boxes would end up open at the same time, and half of each box would probably get stale. So, I declined that, which they did do right by that substitution. So they just brought the one that I approved. I ordered a bunch of stuff to make deli platters I've got out on my island right now for lunch. Hey Beth, thanks for sprinkling. How are you, friend? There's the puppies in the background. So I ordered like the deli, the fresh loaves of Italian bread. I ordered a couple of those and some fresh deli meat and fruits and veggies. And so I've got a couple of platters in my kitchen now for everybody to graze on as I go through the kitchen, which is why I got the lettuce for the sandwiches. I ordered a thing of Colby Jack cheese from the deli, fresh, and then a thing of pepper jack cheese just from the dairy section. And they brought both Colby Jack cheese from both sections. Again, not the end of the world, but we didn't have any pepper jack cheese to go with lunch. Most of my family won't mind. It's really just a couple of us that like the pepper jack. Just trying to let this cool down for a second before I start painting, doing the touch-up spots. All right. Just going to go over this quickly. All right, I do need to keep an eye on my time. After this, I am going to go around. I've got some Rub and Buff. I've got some fun colors in Rub and Buff, and I found one that I've never opened, and it looks like it might be pretty close to this vintage duck egg color. But I thought I would go around that trim and highlight some of those spots. I also have silver. Once I open that up and I decide that it's not the right color. But I do want to take, I've got some epoxy resin I am going to use to seal this. Which I've only used one other time. So I'm anxious to see if it works the way that I want it to. Since I'm going to be using this as a centerpiece and those other elements that I showed you there at the beginning to sit on this tray, I do want it to be durable as things are getting scooted around on it. I don't want it to scratch up. All right, almost back to where we started here. Okay. All right, good enough for me. You guys like that color? That is so pretty. And there is multiple shades of that bluish, teal, green all throughout the rice paper. So even though what really jumps out is probably this brighter blue over here, there are spots in there that really match that vintage ducking. Okay, so I believe, actually it just dawned on me, for this lip here, because the resin is only going to go in the bottom. So for the part that I just painted, I'm probably going to need to seal with something. And I have a matte, no, it's not matte, it's the Mod Podge Hard Coat. I think I will take that and put over where I painted. Alright, so let me grab that real quick. It's right here. it will dry clear, so I don't have to be quite as fussy about that trim, although I don't want it to resist the rub and buff I put on it. Hey Lisa, Lip Brown Eyed Girls Crafting, how are you today? Thanks for popping in, I appreciate ya. I hope all is going well with you. I know you've been getting some extra time in with the grands. That's fabulous. All right. Lisa, you could have hopped on here on your page. I do not mind that at all. Got about 20 minutes left, so I gotta kind of kick it in gear here. So I foresee a trip back to the antique store in my future to buy some more of that paint from there. I don't know, I imagine there's probably other places locally that I can go.
What are you making?
I am making a tray that I'm going to use as a centerpiece. I'm actually going to be gifting this to someone. I've got all these little teacups and stuff and creamers and that bird cage I'm going to redo over the next few lives to decorate this centerpiece. Or to turn it into a centerpiece, I shall say.
That's cute.
Yeah. I think she will like it. This is my daughter, Savannah.
I look terrible right now.
You're always beautiful. Stop.
I'm gonna go clean out my car.
Okay, what time do you have to be at work?
5.
Okay. Alright.
I got something for my car. It's a little heart muffler thing.
Oh, goodness.
It's gonna be so cute. And I bought a few other.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, Lisa. It means a lot. Alright. A little further down than what I wanted, but okay. I think that is good enough. You know, I guess if it does get scratched up here and there, it's not going to be the end of the world. It'll just give it that more vintage, antique-y look. All right, grab a quick drink of my pink drink that she got for me. I don't know if I said that earlier when she brought it to me. She does work at Starbucks. And so I get to reap the benefits of that quite often. Although I'm not a huge, I don't drink fancy coffees like that. I really just like their pink drink. Every once in a while she'll bring home some concoction that she's created herself that she'll have me taste, and it's not bad. But for my coffee, I really prefer regular old coffee. Peggy, I have, between my husband and I, we have 9. 2 of them are adults and out of the house. Mid-30s is the oldest, and then it goes to mid-20s. And then we have an 18-year-old. She lives in Florida. And then my daughter that was just here, she will be 18 on the 29th of this month. And then it goes our 16-year-old son, and then our 15-year-old daughter, our 14-year-old son, 13-year-old son, and my 9-year-old who will be 10 in just a couple of weeks. So we have 6 kids home full time, 4 dogs. So it's quite busy around here always. Always, always. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside while I mix up this resin to dump in the bottom. Guys, when I bought this yesterday and I brought it home, I was rather nervous. When I opened it up, it was like really liquidy. So then I stuck a stir stick down in there to stir it up, and it was all chunky in the middle. So I thought, oh my gosh, it's been sitting at the antique place for Lord knows how long. But I was able to mix it up, and it worked just fine. So, okay. Like I said, this is only my second time using this. This is just a clear cast epoxy. I purchased this, I believe, at Walmart actually. It does have a little bit of an odor to it. I am going to put on gloves when I use it. I just think that's probably the best thing to do with this stuff. But the odor's not terrible. It's very faint. I do have a window open and my fan going overhead. So I think that I'll be okay, you know, in terms of like ventilation. And I'm not in an enclosed room. Actually, this wall over here is mostly open. So I think it will be just fine. Now, since this is only the second time that I've used this, I'm still learning like how much of something that I need. So we're just gonna start, I guess, with, I think I'm gonna do these cups I bought off of Amazon because the little bitty cups that came with it was like measuring cups for medicine. And they were super tiny. So I ordered these off of Amazon and they do have the markings on it. So I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm gonna do 40 of each one just to be safe. I don't know. Now this does say with this epoxy that if you need to add a second layer, you can. And if you do it within, I don't know, a certain time frame, I think it said like, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. Actually, what's it say? I got the box right there. I think within a half hour, it says on there somewhere, that you can add a second coat without sanding. You can just dump right on it. But beyond that, if you need to add a second coat, you need to sand the project and then wipe it down real good, and then you can do another layer on it. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it. It doesn't say to shake the bottle, so I don't. I just kind of tip it upside down and then back. Okay. And then you have to mix thoroughly for 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to dump B into A. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I was using some casting resin the other night and somebody made the suggestion with that to dump B into A. So that's what I'm doing here too. Really making sure I get the sides good. Making a mess all over my table. Okay. All right. And I'm going to start stirring here. It does get cloudy. It says 3 to 5 minutes. I think it really kind of gets more clear when it's ready. Let's see if I can find where it says. Must have been on the side of the box where it said that you can do another layer because it's not on the back. I know that you do have to be kind of careful because if you don't mix it well enough, it will stay tacky and not completely harden. And then, you know, that would cause problems. I've not made that mistake. I hope I don't. But I almost wonder if any of you out there have used this and you have had that happen. When it's tacky like that, can you just sand off that top part and then do another layer if it's tacky? Like I mentioned earlier, I am in the Creative Clubhouse right now. If you are not already part of that free group on Facebook, please be sure to go over and join. That way, when I'm done, all you have to do is refresh your page and you'll be able to see Clifton's Crafty Casa. She'll be up after me, and then you can go back and watch the replays from all the other fabulous ladies that were on before me. And then, of course, any lives that are on there from past events from, 30 days ago? I think that's what they're doing now, so you won't want to miss out. Today's event is Crafter's Choice, so there is no theme, so you really get a nice variety of projects from everybody. I think we got about a minute and a half to go here, and then I'll start pouring. My phone gets tired. Okay, so I guess it doesn't actually get clear. It actually turns more of like a milky white. I think it's the casting resin that I'm thinking of that turns clear. I'm really enjoying using this resin, though it is new to me, probably not new to a lot of you out there, but it is new to me. And that casting resin is a ton of fun. And when I'm doing this, I'm really making sure I'm scraping the sides well and the bottom of the cup to make sure it's all mixed very good. Okay. All right. Okay. And start pouring. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just going to pour it all over here. I'm going to use my little stick to spread it around. This does say self-leveling. I don't have one of those leveling tables that I see a lot of people use. And the one tray that I did before, it seemed like it worked just fine without having that tray. So I'm just going to take my stick and kind of spread it. So that way it's all over. And then this will be tack free in about 8 hours and completely cured in about 24 hours. And when it cures, it will be crystal clear. And you'll be able to see that pretty rice paper underneath it. I'm going to kind of turn it and let it run. There we go. Just making sure it's covering that whole bottom. Okay, just about got it. Really want to make sure it goes over that edge of the rice paper for sure. So I don't want anything to be able to get snagged on that and cause it to lift. I'm certain you can hear my dogs out back barking. They're outside enjoying, probably chasing a squirrel up a tree if I had to guess. We live in a rural town with all kinds of wildlife on our property. We have 3 acres of land, so who knows what's out there. It's okay, you can open it. My son was trying to be very quiet opening the gate. So, you know, before mom goes live, she sends out a text to the whole family like, hey, going live, be quiet, that whole thing. All right. I am going to let that be. I'm going to try to hold it up just to give you a quick little glance. And then I will just set this off to the side, right up here, and leave it sit overnight. Actually, I almost forgot. I did want to do those edges. And we've got about 6 minutes left. All right. So this is an antique wax Lucky Emerald I bought from Amazon a very long time ago. I've never opened it. I hope it's still good. It should be since it's never been opened. So let's look and see what color this is. Oh, see, I was wondering because this top color here really matches this well, but then the bottom here says Lucky Emerald, and it is very green, so we're not going to use that. It does not go at all. So I'm going to take my Silver Leaf Ribbon Buff. Oh, if I can get it open. There we go. And I'm going to hit a few spots around the edges with that. It's very runny because I haven't used it in a very long time. There we go. Just to kind of brighten up the edges. It's not going to have a big impact because obviously it's a silver tray. And I do want some of that tarnish to show through, but I'm trying to get it kind of an even balance. And it'll help mask the one little spot there that I actually touched that trim with the paint. I think I dripped some of that epoxy up here on the edge. Let me try to clean that off. There we go. All right. Okay, like I said, it doesn't have a huge impact, but I want it to just kind of hit and miss there. Brighten up some of the spots. Oh, my cap doesn't want to go back on. Get on there. Alright. You probably won't be able to see it very well on the camera at all, but it is there. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, we've got just a couple minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in here. So this is one of the little pieces that I plan to sit on the tray. I'm going to use some of this floral foam and just wedge down. These are scrap pieces of floral foam. I don't throw away anything because you just never know. Alright, and some of these flowers. You guys, after me is Clifton's Crafty Casa. Be sure to check out what she has to offer today. Just gonna stick these in here. Ooh, almost set that there. That wouldn't have been good. These pink ones. I have told y'all before, I am not a florist, so I just go with what I think looks pretty, whether or not it is actually the right thing. I don't know. I don't know that there is necessarily a right or a wrong. I think it really all goes back to personal preference. So that's what I do. And I think this pink will be really pretty with that. Up there. There doesn't need to be a lot in this because it is a very tiny little, it's cute. Very tiny little creamer. Okay. Actually, that might be plenty. Let's see what else do I have down here. This is awfully flimsy. Thank you, Misty. I don't think I want to use that. I think it's too flimsy and I would have to stick the whole thing. Let's try it and see. If I don't like it, I can always take it out. I'm using my brand new scissors. Oh, there we go. Alright. Want it maybe to go down in the center. That's too tall still. Oh, I don't know where my big cutters are. Alright, you guys, my time is up. So be sure to head over to the Creative Clubhouse if you are not there already, so you can see everybody else and go back and catch the replays from before. And if you are not liking and following my page already, please do so, as well as all the other amazing crafters in the group. And I thank you so much for your time. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day and come back to catch my future lives to see how this finishes up with all the other pieces that I have to go with it. And thank you again so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye-bye.